This blog is about my reflections on how God is rebuking me or chiding me or encouraging me or breaking me or molding me based on my good and my bad poor decisions. Likewise, what He's doing in that kind of a form with how people treat me, whether they treat me rightly or wrongly, and also based on what I observe about life all around me, including nature and other people's experiences. So, even though facts and players are involved, they're just actors in this because the key thing is the take home lessons of how God is teaching me. And hopefully, that will also encourage you and help you in your own life. And the problem is, in a lot of Christians, we tend to blur our religious traditions, our culture, and our preconceptions with the ways of God. So, the ways of the world with all these factors involved, and the ways of God, the lines tend to blur so much that we often don't distinguish. My life of faith has helped me to learn so much more in this area, and there's still so much more happening because with God, we're all a work in progress. But how much we surrender is how much He can work in us. So, therefore, with some of us, there's an exponential curve in changes, and with some, there's just a steady line, maybe a slight slope. And my faith life has really, really been an amazing tool that God has used to mold me. And I'm going to be sharing snippets of this, hopefully in the next few blog, whether it's a post or the video blogs. Of course, I have written all of this down in my book, Break, Bear, Bless, and I'm waiting on God for the funds to release it, to publish it, to print it. And I hope that you will also pray with me so that we can see this happening, being launched out to the world. There's another book as well, but one of the books is Break, Bear, Bless. Now, one area of when God took me through that stage of pilgrimage was an amazing area where God just totally broke me down. I couldn't see the purpose. And I was just fearful. I was scared. This is me who likes to be all organized and who likes to plan months ahead. God really had a sense of humor. And through this, when I got fearful and I got scared about what was going on, what was going to happen tomorrow, where am I going to live, how am I going to handle? And instead of turning to God, I went to people who I thought were spiritual. And of course, it's only we test the fruit over a period of time. Just because someone says something doesn't make them spiritual. So here I went through certain people who I thought were strong in God. My gosh, I was like totally shut down. Like some people say, there must be sin in your life. That's why this is happening. Or you must not be called for ministry. You should go back home to your comfort zone and work there and not have to go through all these struggles. But I couldn't because I knew what God was speaking to me. And I knew I had to just surrender. I couldn't understand with my human wisdom, but I had to surrender. So the very things that these people were trying to justify actually now reminds me of Job and his friends. The friends had good intention, nonetheless, and they rallied around him in his time of struggle. 3 days they kept silent, and that would have done so much wonders for Job. But after that, they just started opening their mouth, using their human wisdom instead of seeking God for discernment. And they started condemning him and putting him down without even realizing that right at the onset, we see that God describes Job as the most righteous man on the face of the earth. He hadn't done anything wrong to deserve what he was going through, but God had a purpose to test him. And there were other purposes too. And often we as Christians, we tend to open our mouths too soon and condemn someone. And God, if we are truly walking in the Lord, and if we are truly yielding and hearing the Spirit leading us, the Bible in Isaiah says that when we look to Him, we actually He gives us an instructed tongue. And an instructed tongue doesn't cause discouragement, but it lifts up the weary. And even our right words of blessing, if we are saying it out loudly early in the morning, it will be taken as a curse. And that's also in the book of Proverbs. So may we always try to realize that we need to be a people of discernment, seeking Him for an instructed tongue to know the word, to sustain the weary, to encourage the weary, and to know when even our right words could be wrong words and therefore tearing people down. May we all have an instructed tongue. God bless you.